The Last Witch Hunter is a new film starring Vin Diesel, Rose Leslie, Elijah Wood, and Michael Caine, and what this movie's about is one day, way into the past, when Vin Diesel has a big beard, he and a couple other witch hunters go into this horde of witches, and they start slaying them and hunting them and killing them. It's really cool, but there's one witch that curses Vin Diesel with immortality, so now it's present day, and he has no more beard, he's more suave, all the other witch hunters are gone, and not all witches are bad in this world. There are some witches that are just dabbling with it, they don't mean any harm, but there are some witches that actually do mean harm, and Vin Diesel has to kill them. Going into this movie, wasn't entirely looking forward to it because it wasn't getting the best reviews in the world, but it was Veterans Day the other day, needed something to do. Steve Jobs was taken out of like 2,000 theaters, so couldn't see that, and the only one I basically hadn't seen yet was The Last Witch Hunter, so here I am. I saw it 2 days ago. It's freaking terrible. I had this idea going into this movie that it would just be at least laughably bad, but it's not even that, because they take a lot of stuff way too seriously when maybe they shouldn't have. It probably would have been way better for the movie if they just played it off a lot goofier. Maybe they had a lot of really cheesy, bad one-liners. But no, Vin Diesel's gotta break down about stuff. Rose Leslie has to break down about stuff. Everything is so serious and you don't care. Because these characters aren't really that interesting. Vin Diesel kinda had an interesting character, it's just he in this movie was not very good, unfortunately. I like Vin Diesel a lot as an actor, but in this movie, not the greatest, to be honest. And he doesn't really have any chemistry with any of the other characters either, and they don't have any chemistry with him either, but they were good in the movie, in my opinion. For example, Rose Leslie plays a witch in this movie that Vin Diesel needs to help him out with a certain task, and I thought she was pretty good in the movie. Her character wasn't really that interesting, though. Like, it reveals, like, one bit of her backstory, but it wasn't, I didn't care for it. And her chemistry with Vin Diesel didn't work mainly because I didn't really feel anything. They're kind of supposed to have a romantic relationship thing, but you just never feel it. Also, Elijah Wood, he basically saw the witch hunter when he was really young, and maybe there's supposed to be some, oh, so the witch hunter's like a really good hero to Elijah Wood, so that chemistry's gonna be there. Not really. Elijah Wood kind of plays it off like a little, like, awkward and stuff. He was good in this movie, but he was just really awkward and stuff. And Michael Caine, he was good in this movie, like, without a doubt. Michael Caine was probably the best actor of this whole movie, but his chemistry with Diesel didn't work out because you have Michael Caine being Michael Caine, and then over here you have Vin Diesel being Vin Diesel. But hey, what about the action scenes? Those are pretty good, right? No. Most of the action scenes are, like, over before they even kind of begin. Like, except for, like, the last bit of action near the end of the movie, but I wasn't engaged in them. The only action scene that I was engaged with was like the first 5 minutes when all of the witch hunters were killing all those other witches. That part, engaged in that, but others, no. I didn't feel any tension for Diesel during these action scenes. I didn't feel any tension or suspense throughout any part of this movie, actually. I guess I'm really just disappointed because its idea was actually kind of cool, and it could have turned out to be like a really, really cool movie, but they just kind of dropped the ball on a lot of stuff. Now, the special effects in this movie, there are definitely times when they use CGI, that's for sure, because it's noticeable and it's not very good. There are a couple parts where there is a little makeup going on, and that looks good, but whenever they have to CGI something, it doesn't look good. Like there's this creature that's like thorny, like, and like a spider crawly majigger that's really big. You've probably seen it in the trailer. That CGI was not very impressive, in my opinion. Like, it was very noticeable. Even though the movie is only an hour and 40 minutes, I thought it was a little bit shorter than that, but it was so boring. A movie about Vin Diesel as a witch hunter. Boring. There was nothing interesting going on in this movie, so of course I'm gonna be bored in it. You have to have at least something really great going on, but there's nothing nothing going on. And it was a little bit obvious that this movie was kind of trying to tie into a new franchise of Last Witch Hunter. In fact, IMDb has a Last Witch Hunter 2 thing. It's not filled out or anything because it hasn't been greenlit, but the fact that this movie was trying to add in a new franchise, no thank you. If it was executed well, then of course I would have loved to see more Last Witch Hunter movies, but it's not even hilariously, awfully entertaining. It's not even that. It's just bland and boring and dull and blah, 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 blah. However, I do give it credit for Elijah Wood and Rose Leslie and Michael Caine. Those three were at least good. It's just they don't have chemistry with Diesel. The makeup, whenever there was makeup, it was good. And its idea was really cool. They just didn't execute it well at all, and it's just another one of those movies that I'm just gonna forget about like a couple weeks from now. I'm gonna give The Last Witch Hunter a D+. Honestly, guys, even if you have nothing better to do, I wouldn't recommend seeing this because it's not hilariously bad and entertaining. It's just dull and boring and if you actually did see The Last Witch Hunter, leave in the comments below what you thought of it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.